expected for the next several hours, and conditions won't improve until the afternoon.
We have been in contact with CenterPoint Energy all night and into this morning. A spokesperson tells us now that almost 2 million of its customers are without power.
We're inside the San Luis Hotel at this point, and police officers have been going room to room in the upper floors because they've started to lose windows in some of the higher room elevations. We're down here on the 4th floor of the hotel, and this is what we're experiencing here. This room has clearly lost its window on the other side. Water is just sort of streaming out from the inside of the room, but you can see the dramatic pressure of the storm. We're on the inside, protected from a wall on the backside, and look at the door of this the kids club here, just literally bowing back and forth as the wind buffets it, coming through that room on the other side of the room. We're inside the hotel now, but more dramatic maybe is the stairwell, and you can see exactly what's happening. It feels like you can see that just taking the camera protection right off. Inside the stairwell, there are strong winds that are forcing the windows to leak. It's a dramatic difference from being inside a hallway to out in the stairwell, as it's literally raining inside as those windows start to leak. That's the concern for many, many buildings with this really, really strong wind.
One of the reasons we were out and about was to go down to the Brennan's Restaurant. You may have heard about this. Brennan's Restaurant, been in Houston for 40 years. It's a offshoot of the famed Brennan's in New Orleans. Well, folks, it is basically burned to the ground. The fire started a few hours ago, a massive fire. It went all the way up through to the roof. There were, interestingly and tragically, 3 people inside. We're not sure if they are in any way related to the operation of the restaurant, but it was 2 adult men, one of their daughters, only 4 years old. The father and the 4-year-old daughter were seriously burned and are going to the hospital. And the other adult male is also being treated at Ben Taub. We don't know exactly their connection. We did talk to an assistant fire chief there, and here's what he had to tell us about the fire.
We did have units inside, conducted a interior search. The fire conditions worsened. The incident commander made the decision to pull everyone out. We're in a defensive mode at this time. As you can tell, the fire has broke through the roof. We've got heavy streams set up, and the wind conditions, the heavy wind gusts aren't helping us at all tonight.
So again, the Brennan's Restaurant there in Midtown Houston, institution here in the city, very upscale Creole, they call it Texas Creole restaurant, very heavily damaged by a major fire that happened a couple hours ago. And again, current conditions right now, just outside of downtown, extreme wind right now, probably at hurricane level. We're seeing uprooted trees, and generally the rain not so terrible to cause any kind of flooding problems at this point, but definitely coming down pretty hard. Back to you guys.
We're now getting reports of damage to a church in the Lakewood area of Baytown. We're getting reports of trees that are down and that have done severe damage to some homes, again, just in the Lakewood area, from folks that we're staying in touch with down in that vicinity of Baytown. You can see even right now the wind and the rain driving into my face. So there's no doubt that Hurricane Ike is making its way back down very, very strongly at this moment. It's hard to keep my eyes open in the Baytown area. Reporting live from now the no longer the eye of Hurricane Ike. Mark Greenblatt, back to you.
Let me give you an idea of where we're standing. About 2 miles west of downtown Houston. The skyscrapers of downtown, about 2 miles that way. Behind me, Buffalo Bayou. Let me tell you what we're seeing in the sky. Every once in a while, it looks green. Because we suspect we're seeing transform blow pop, pop, pop all over the place. Behind me, though, I think you're going to see evidence of what we're going to see over most of the city. Look back there, and you can see the trees blowing around. You can see the branches blowing. And maybe I can see at least one branch. It's kind of low-lying over there. We're watching that for about the past half hour. It is sagging pretty low, and I got a funny feeling that branch is not going to make it through the night. We're already seeing some branches falling off of trees, rolling down the streets. Not the giant branches just yet. I got a feeling that's to come, but we're seeing some larger branches falling away, tumbling down the streets here. You know, we talked throughout the entire process of building up to this story about the Sanford-Simpson scale and how certain winds don't produce direct damage to buildings. Well, what that doesn't take into account is that these branches flying down the street can go flying into windows, can go flying into cars. That's the thing we really have to worry about.